there's a silent trap that keeps millions of people broke. It doesn't look dangerous. In fact, it looks attractive. Nice clothes, latest phones, luxury restaurants, pictures that make life look perfect. But behind many of those images is a reality people rarely talk about. Stress, debt, pressure, and a constant need to impress others. This is the story of two friends, and the choices they made. Choices that completely changed their lives. Daniel and Michael grew up in the same neighborhood, same schools, same opportunities, same dreams. They both wanted success. They both wanted a good life. And when they finally got their first real jobs, it felt like the world had opened. Their first salary felt powerful. For the first time, they had money that was theirs. No parents controlling it. No teachers telling them what to do. Just freedom. But freedom without direction can be dangerous. The moment the salaries started coming in, their paths quietly began to separate. Daniel wanted people to see that he was doing well. He upgraded everything. New phone, expensive clothes, weekend outings, online shopping, food deliveries, and social media posts that made it look like life was amazing. Every like and comment gave him validation. People started saying, "Guy, you're living the life." And Daniel loved it. But what people didn't see were the silent notifications, low balance alerts, credit purchases, bills piling up. He was earning money, but the money was disappearing faster than it came. Michael made a decision that many people thought was strange. He didn't change much. Same simple clothes, same calm lifestyle, same careful spending. Some friends even joked about it. "Why are you living like this? You're working now. You should enjoy your money. Don't be too stingy." But Michael wasn't being stingy. He was being intentional. He had noticed something important. Most people were trying to look successful rather than become successful. And those are two very different things. One of the most powerful forces in the world is social pressure. Not because people want to compete, but because nobody wants to look left behind. When your friends upgrade their phones, you feel like you should too. When people post vacations, you feel like you should travel too. When everyone is dressing expensive, you feel like you should match it. But here is the truth many people learn too late. Looking rich and being rich are not the same thing. In fact, they are often opposites. Many people sacrifice their future just to impress people today. And the saddest part, most of the people they're trying to impress are also struggling. It becomes a cycle. Everyone pretending, few actually progressing. Years later, time has a way of revealing the results of small decisions. And life started to look very different for the two friends. Daniel looked successful online, but offline, life was heavy. He was always waiting for the next salary. Savings were almost non-existent. Unexpected expenses caused panic. Debt had quietly grown. He often wondered why money never seemed enough. Meanwhile, Michael's life had changed in a different way. Not flashy, but powerful. He had built savings. He had started small investments. He had learned valuable skills that increased his income. And most importantly, he had peace of mind. Money problems weren't controlling his life. He had options, and options are one of the greatest forms of wealth. Many people believe wealth starts with appearance. They think if they look successful, success will follow. But the truth works the opposite way. Real wealth is usually quiet in the beginning. It grows slowly. It requires patience, discipline, and the ability to delay certain pleasures. The problem is that discipline rarely gets applause. Nobody celebrates the person saving money. Nobody claps for the person avoiding unnecessary spending. One evening, Daniel visited Michael. He expected to see the same modest lifestyle, but something surprised him. Michael was planning something big. A business idea, an investment opportunity, a new chapter. Daniel asked the question many people ask when they see someone progressing. "How did you do it?" Michael's answer was simple. "I stopped trying to impress people who were not paying my bills." That sentence stayed in Daniel's mind for days, for weeks, and slowly he began to see the truth he had ignored. He had spent years building an image. Michael had spent years building a future. Daniel decided to change. Not overnight. Real change rarely happens that way. But step by step, he reduced unnecessary spending. He stopped buying things just for appearance. He began learning about money, saving, investing, planning, and slowly, his life started improving. The stress reduced. The pressure faded. The need to impress people disappeared because you finally understood something powerful. People's opinions don't pay your bills, but your financial habits shape your life. When you stop trying to prove something to everyone, something amazing happens. You gain focus. Energy that used to go into comparison now goes into growth. Money that used to go into appearance now goes into opportunity. Time that used to go into impressing people now goes into improving yourself. And that is when life begins to change. Not instantly, but steadily. Many people spend their 20s trying to look rich, then spend their 40s trying to recover financially. But the people who understand this early gain a huge advantage. They build freedom, not pressure. Stability, not stress. Choices, not limitations. And in the end, those are the things that truly matter. The goal is not to look rich. The goal is freedom. Freedom to make decisions without fear. Freedom to support your family. Freedom to live without constant financial anxiety. Freedom to choose your path. And that kind of life rarely comes from showing off. It comes from focus, consistency, and wise decisions repeated over time. If there is one thing to remember, it is this: stop trying to look rich. Start trying to build a life that doesn't need approval from anyone. Because the people who spend the most time trying to impress others often delay their own success. But the people who stay focused quietly win. Your future self is begging you to listen.